Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we paint one of my favorite monsters in D&D, the Gelatinous Cube. The infamous Gelatinous Cube. Now, this monster isn't a very high challenge rating, but it can still be a very scary encounter because the Gelatinous Cube will hide in plain sight. Your adventurers are going to have to make a DC 15 Wisdom Perception check to spot them, as long as the cube hasn't moved or attacked. So that means an adventurer can walk right into these creatures and get a acidic surprise as they start to feel their skin melting and their skin burning. The monster manual continues by saying gelatinous cubes scour dungeon passages in silent, predictable patterns, leaving perfectly clean paths in their wake. They consume living tissue while leaving bones and other materials undissolved. A gelatinous cube is all but transparent, making them very hard to spot until it attacks or moves. A cube that is well fed can be easier to spot since its victim's bones, coins, and other objects can be seen suspended inside the creature. Kinda chilling. So, let's jump right into this, guys. I'm going to show you how to paint it. So here we go, the Gelatinous Cube from Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. Okay, just opening up, you can see it's perfectly transparent. Pretty cool little miniature. There's the base. Now today, we're gonna be using some transparent inks for this build. Now it comes with the innards of the Gelatinous Cube, which is pretty cool because if you have an adventurer that gets sucked inside the cube, you can literally put them in there and you can see them through the cube. It's a pretty neat little idea. One of my favorite miniatures. So, gonna start off and use the inks that I was talking about. I've used these inks on previous videos, be sure to check them out. But I'm just gonna use the blue and green ink for this. Just gonna put in a few drops of ink of both of them. And then I'm just gonna mix it up here to make like a greenish blue tint here. Now I'm also going to be painting another gelatinous cube. It's going to be more of a green, but this gelatinous cube I want like a dark bluish green color. So you'll notice I'm painting in like stripes here. Now the reason being is I want the cube to look pretty uniform in shape here. So you're not going to want to just slap all the paint on there and just spread it everywhere. You want to either keep to like a horizontal or vertical pattern. Probably more horizontal because the ink is going to fall because of gravity. And you want it to all kind of just seep into those recesses and give you a nice effect of like the cube is just oozing here. Now, I did make a mistake. I think I put too much ink on it. And when they dry, they get a lot darker. So if there's a tip I could give you guys, it is to don't put so many coats on this. Now I'm just going in here. I'm going to paint the innards of the gelatinous cube. It's such a cool idea that you can put your adventurers inside these cubes. It's a really neat idea. So you could go in and paint all the bones and the metal bits here. I decided not to. I kind of like the white mixed with this ink. It just gives it a good effect, like this stuff's been in there for a little bit. I kind of like that. So now, once it's dried, I'm going to go in with some gloss varnish. Now, these inks, they dry in like a matte. So you want this cube to look like it is shiny, like it's wet, it's gooey and disgusting looking. So Army Painter has a good gloss varnish that you put on there. Now I'm just kind of doing the same thing that I did with the ink. I'm just going in a either horizontal or vertical motion here, just so that everything looks pretty uniform. So there you can see I did the other gelatinous cube, and on the one on the right you can kind of notice how dark it is. That's because the ink, I put a little too much ink on there. So I went a little bit less on this green one, and I like the effect a lot better. What I'm doing here, I'm just adding another coat of gloss varnish. I really like the effect that it makes. I didn't feel like it was strong enough after the first coat, so I'm going in with another coat here. And it really makes the model pop here. It actually kind of lightens it up too. So that helps with the dark ink here. But overall, I'm happy with how this came out. Just, if I have a tip for you, just be very careful with the inks because they dry very dark. So just go easy on the coats. Maybe put one coat on there, let it dry and see how you like it, and then you can add to it. But for now, I'm going to show you guys some action shots here. Well, there you have it, guys. Hope you guys liked the paint job and a little bit of the lore. If you guys like my videos, please like, share, and consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have an amazing week.